Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of my base porter 60L with coffee malt. Now this was a small batch, 1.25 gallons going into the carboy. I just did the review, the next review of the base porter with 60L, and that's it. That had a lot of coffee. If you're a coffee fan like I am, this could be the one. Everybody's going to be different. That's why I'm trying to make all these, and I suggest new homebrewers experiment. Start with a base, add something to it. Now this is 5.51%, so I will say it's in the realm. For my porters, I try and go 4.5 to 5.5. 5.51, sure. Bottled on 118. Now that is 2021, so this is a year old. So what I'm trying to do, even if you go back and watch some of my other homebrew videos, even my IPAs, I try and let them or keep one or two for a year, 2 years, just to see how they end up. Now IPAs, I don't expect them to be the best, but for a porter and a stout, what do you get if you age it a year? What do you get if you age it 2 years? So this is a year on this one. I don't have my guesses, and I don't go back and look anything up before I do the next review. So I don't know if this is the second review, third review. As this is in a bomber, it's going to only be 4. There's only going to be 4. So my guess is it's the second that I drug it out, but this could be the third. So let's go ahead and open this. This is using 7 small pearl carbonation tablets. Okay, hiss. A little bit of smoke. Not very much, but it's a porter. You don't want the carbonation to be that high. So at least right now, I would say 7 in a 22-ounce bottle is good. You might want more if it's a IPA. But let's go ahead and get this into a glass. This is even lighter. I'm going to do a side-by-side of this and the standard version. I like doing that just to find out different smells, so make sure you stay tuned for that, because usually you can pick out a little bit more when you sell them or smell them and taste them side by side than you can individual. So no head, there's nothing in here to keep the head. It's not using coffee, so the oils aren't going to get in there and destroy the head, so it is what it is. That's so weird. Dark amber red in color. Let's see. You guys can kind of see it. I think you're seeing more of a pop color than what I am. I can see through the whole entire thing. I can see the light box, like the whole light box, not just the outline. I can't see the bell sticker though. It looks more like a dark amber red ale than anything. Like, I can see the bubbles coming up. I would say this is filtered. It's not, but I would say it's filtered. Let's go ahead and smell. There is more of a coffee, a roasted coffee. Not to the French roast. Maybe more of a roasted city roast than anything. Some sweetness is coming off there. My guess, and now that I think about it, I'll talk about it in the side by side. My guess, the sweetness is coming from the 60L. Because in the other one I was talking about, it's almost like there's it's a sweet coffee, like there's cream or some kind of sugar added to the coffee. I bet you it's that 60L. So now I need to find the 40. Just like in a stout, you're going to get that roasted malt. This is definitely a sweeter coffee than it is like my brain thinking that the sweetness is coming from the chocolate. You're going to get a little bit of chocolate in a porter or a stout because you're using roasted malts. It's there. It's going to be there. This does smell more like coffee. Let's go ahead and taste it. More bitter coffee, roasted bitter coffee with some sweetness in the back end. That sweetness like kind of goes away and you get the bitter coffee in the aftertaste. Very light bodied. It's a lighter body than the base one because of the ABV. We're taking more sugars out. It's not as sweet. You are getting some sweetness, but you're getting that roasted malt coffee. But it's not to that like French roast, like that bold coffee. A little bit of bitterness in there. It makes me want to drink more. Again, I'll say it in this one. I don't understand why breweries have a hard time making porters. This is like 3 ingredients, and this is what you get. I could drink this all day. Um, it's like that. The aftertaste is the bitter coffee, the coffee taste you would have like just drinking a cup of coffee, but it's sweeter. It's more roasted than it's more sweet roast than it is coffee. I drink my coffee just black, nothing in it, and this has more sweet roastiness than a cup of coffee, but you can definitely tell that coffee is there. I think it's a tiny bit thicker than like a cup of coffee, but I would say watered down coffee. Uh, but you also have to add in, it's got more roasted taste or in that profile. So yeah, it's definitely a porter. I would call this a coffee porter. See, so from here, you could age this on cocoa nibs to bring chocolate into it. You could try coffee beans, but I would almost think this is fine. Um, the crazy part is I want to age this on wood. I don't know. I think that wood would bring too much into this one. I think there has to be some more malts, some more flavors in there. But this is good too. So yeah, if you've used the coffee malt in a porter, leave it down below. Tell me what you used it in, and we'll get on to the side by side of this. So if you enjoyed this, check some more homebrew videos out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.